What is up, City Youth? Pastor Josh here. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Kimberly, Kimbo's son. Some people call her, I don't know, what do we call you? Kimmy? Kim, my bad. All right, I'm here with Kim. We're ready to have our second baby very soon. That craziness is going to be wild and crazy. Are you ready for that, Kim?
Yeah, let's go.
Come on. But hey, ultimately, we miss you guys so badly. We really do miss each and every one of you. And we cannot wait to see you guys so very soon.
Yeah.
We as a church, Southland, the main church, is re-entering the building. This week, they are re-entering. And you're probably wondering, what is going on with City Youth? What is City Youth going to do for re-entry? Well, guess what? We have an important announcement on that date. The day that City Youth is going to be back in action, re-entering. What is that date? Drum roll.
We'll be back together on June 17th.
Come on, June 17th, you guys. That is next Wednesday. We are so pumped to see you guys in person, see you guys, just to see your faces. We are so excited to hug on you. Well, a 6 feet hug, air hug, whatever it's going to be. But we will have more details of all the precautions, all those little things. You don't have to come, but we hope you make it, and we hope you follow the guidelines that we do have in place for when we re-enter. So what it's going to look like. And I kind of, before I jump into all the new things that we are going to be doing, I want us to embrace the new things that God is going to be doing here at City Youth, because we don't want to go back to the same old things. That we don't serve a God that is an old God, that is a lame God, that is a boring God. No, he's always doing something new. He's always leading us somewhere new. And it got me thinking about how in this season of COVID, and in this season of just craziness happening and protests and the riots, and this is a very unique season that we are living in. It's a rememberable season that will forever change our lives if we lean into it. If we lean into it. And I've been reading out of Pastor CJ's book. Come on, Church is a team sport. If you
don't have it, you got to get it.
Yes, if you don't have it, he's going to be launching a whole book reveal, all that kind of stuff, a book sale. So make sure you guys are looking into that. But I really like this. It's on page 128, the book of Pastor CJ. It says, life isn't measured in minutes. It's not about every little minute, but it's really measured. Life is measured in moments, and defining moments are short experiences, right? Short experiences, just kind of like what we've been through. It may seem long, but it's really short. So it says defining moments are short experiences that are memorable and meaningful. And so what are you guys going to do with this memorable moment? The memorable moment of quarantine, the memorable moment of just everything that's going on, the injustice, the riots, the protests, everything that's going on in our society. What are you guys going to do with that moment as we are turning a corner, as we're going back to things, kind of getting back to a normalcy? How are you guys going to have a new way of thinking, a new way of doing things? That's the big question. And it also pointed me to Joshua chapter 1, verse 9, and just a little context on the book of Joshua. Joshua was taken over after Moses. So the Israelites were in the wilderness for 40 years. Come on, how many of you guys feel like that right now at home? You've been in the wilderness for like 40 years, right? It feels like we've been sitting on our couches, maybe not the wilderness as much, but we've been sitting around doing nothing. It may feel like 40 years, but it's been 3 months now that we've been in quarantine. And it feels like an eternity. It felt like we've been in the wilderness for 40 years. Well, that's where Joshua and them are, but they're finally turning a corner. They're about to enter the promised land that God has promised for them. A new land, a new way of living, a new way of doing things like never before. And I'm tuning into Joshua chapter 1, verse 7, if you're with me right now. It says, be strong and very courageous. So as we're turning this corner into a newness of life, a newness of living, a newness of putting all that old stuff in the past and ready to get back to being in person with everyone, doing things like we once did before, and changing a little bit. As we're stepping into that, God's saying, be strong and very courageous. Be careful to obey all the law of my servant Moses gave you. Do not turn from it to the right or to the left. Don't get distracted by the things around you, that you may be successful wherever you go. Keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. So basically, God's saying, do the same thing that you've been doing. Be prosperous and successful in keeping God's law on your heart and keeping God's word on your heart. So that's the one thing that will always stay the same with us at City Youth. We're going to be in God's word. We're going to be keeping God in our heart. And I love this. It says, have I not commanded you, God's saying to Joshua in this verse, have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And I think right now in this season, you're maybe discouraged. You maybe have a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of fear, like what is life going to look like again outside of quarantine? I want to go back to my old life. I want to go back to this. I want to encourage you that God says, be strong and courageous in doing a new thing. See, Joshua had to be strong and courageous, leading his people, going against a great enemy into a promised land that God was going to give them and God was going to bless them with. Well, I believe that there's going to be new enemies, there's going to be new tasks, there's going to be new goals, there's going to be new missions that we are stepping into as a city youth ministry. And I don't want us to be afraid. I don't want us to be timid. And God says, don't be, right? He never said you can't feel. You can feel scared, you can feel timid, you can feel fear, all those things, but God says, don't let it be you. And so that what he's saying, don't let it control your life. And so as we step into this new season, I want us to be embracing newness. I want us to be embracing the exciting things that God has in store for us at City Youth, at Southland, in your lives, in your schools, wherever you go. Be embracing the newness. And so we have something new that is happening, right, Kim? What is going to be happening here on Wednesdays, starting on Wednesday nights?
Yep, so starting on June 17th, we're going to split our junior high and our senior high. So the junior high will have their own service, and then senior high will have their own service. And like Josh said, just embrace the newness of it. And I feel like this is going to benefit everybody. And although it may feel different from what it was, I think it's going to be amazing in the long run. And we're going to have so much more capacity to grow. We're going to have so much more capacity to have our leaders spend more quality time with you guys. There's just so many great things that are going to come of this. So just be adaptable and flexible, and we're excited to have you guys split and to lean in more to your guys' age demographic.
Yeah, we're still going to be together. We're still going to be doing a lot of things together as a group, but we are going to be kind of structuring our message and the way we reach you guys based on where you're at. And when you're in middle school, you're doing different things than you are in high school. And so we're going to have that middle school service 6 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock at night. You guys, it's going to be pretty similar, but I can't wait for you guys to come. So it's going to be 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. For middle school. And then starting at 7:30, we'll have our high schoolers come to the building from 7:30 to 8:30. So you guys are not going to miss all the new things, exciting things we have for you. We're going to be doing church in the lobby. That's going to be different. That's going to be unique.
And we're going to sanitize in between. So you guys don't have to worry about that. But from junior high to senior high, we're going to sanitize everything in between the services.
Yes.
And don't forget and don't worry, because we'll have one influence night still a month where we combine.
We'll be combined for that, and there'll be different things we'll be doing combined. But right now in this season, we are going to be doing that split, and we have some things in the foreseeable future planned for you guys that is going to be so awesome and so amazing. And I can't wait for our first influence night. We're going to be tackling some tough topics. I can't wait for that. So be tuning in, you guys. We're always going to be real with you. We're not always going to be the most exciting, most fun thing, but we're going to be real with you, and we're going to have Jesus, and that's one thing the world can never offer. And so make sure you guys are ready to re-enter. Make sure you guys are ready to embrace a newness of City Youth.